Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's quite nice in the shade. Roman's getting a few things from inside. We're going over to Sainsbury's just to run a few errands. To be honest, I'm not in a good mood. I didn't vlog yesterday. Just finding myself really swollen and irritable, and just, to be honest, I'm a little irritated with Roman as well. We've just been nitpicking a lot today. That happens, you know, that happens when you live together with somebody. You have disagreements, and I think, well, here, I'll tell you the story. So my expectation was that Linnea would lay down in the stroller and take a nap, because this is the time for her to do it. So she likes sleeping in the stroller. I thought it'd be great. And then Roman goes on and asks her if she wants to ride her scooter, which means she'll completely skip the nap, which means she'll probably fall asleep tonight at like 5 o'clock, which means she won't go to bed on time. So I just get irritated with stuff like that, but have everything? All right, so let's go. Let's go. These are the conversations we have as parents. So it's just, I'm sure I should have communicated that that's what I wanted as mothers, because we're so used to kids' schedules and stuff. We aren't just, how do I put it into words? We aren't just living in the moment. We're always thinking 10 steps ahead. Like, if this happens now, what will happen later tonight? I don't know if that's a mother thing, I don't know, but I feel like I'm always thinking ahead, is where Roman is not. And so we tend to get in little tiffs because of stuff like that. Wow, what happened, Nay? Hey, Roman.
Hi.
So we have noticed that Linnea has quite an intense stutter. I don't remember Callum having such an extreme stutter. I know that it's, at this point in her development, I know that it's normal. As Roman said yesterday, it's like she's got all these words trying to fit through a little hole. It's just kind of like, you know, overflow. Come on, Naya. But she definitely has a stutter, so we're watching that just to hopefully, just to make sure she grows out of it. Yeah.
Hmm?
Every time I pass by this house, they just have the most beautiful flowers. Gorgeous. It's so beautiful. As expected, Linnea is super tired, but not taking a nap. Some days are just thankful to be alive. Very thankful, very fortunate, but you can be thankful and fortunate and also just have a tough day. Success. Linnea's taking a nap. And we're getting some time with Callum. Papa got this really interesting, it's a watermelon coconut fruit smoothie thing. Apparently Callum likes it. I like it. Do you like it? It's refreshing more than like sweet. There's no sugar added to it, so. Once she fell asleep, I instantly felt better, because it's like, okay, we have a decent shot at a decent bedtime tonight. So I feel so much better, and I also feel like I got some good time with Roman and Callum, and we just got to recharge our batteries a bit, so we're gonna head home. We are back home, and I went ahead and started making dinner. This is kind of my own little thing, but based off of other things that I've prepared before. Put that right there. So basically, I bought a pre-made, it's like a pie crust kind of thing. Then I filled it with some vegetables. This is just bell pepper and zucchini, or courgettes, as they're called here. And then I cooked them a bit first so that they're softer, because I don't like when you bake zucchini and it feels more dry. And then I'm gonna put in some feta cheese and some tomatoes, and then that will be dinner tonight. This is basically done. I think I might actually just add some cheese to sprinkle on top. Just as kind of like a mix of cheese, but it looks so good. I'm so excited. This is the final product. It looks so yummy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are we going? Yeah, Linnea's appointment, huh? Okay, let's wait right there, Kevin. Anyways, yes, good morning. It's Monday morning for us, and I am taking Linnea over to her health visitor check. When we lived in Germany, this is kind of funny to me, when we lived in Germany, the time frame for this was much tighter, so it was usually around the 2nd birthday. Here, not so much. We're here in August, and she turned 2 in April, which I guess in the grand scheme of things is very similar, but she's done so much since then that I just don't know how accurate it would be. If your milestone is by the age of 2, it doesn't quite fit. Okay, we're here at Sainsbury's and Callum found this big bag of pasta, but I told him that we buy the brown kind so you can put the white kind up. Thank you though. Callum, right there. Yeah, right there. Thank you. Okay, so choose between these two. You want the penne? Okay, you can go put that in the basket. Oh goodness, all right. Crisis averted. Come, here's the bread. Come on. Yeah, here we go. All right. Okay, you out of breath? Yeah, okay.
Too much.
You had too much?
Yeah.
Just need to rest a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it anymore.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, guess whose birthday's coming up? Mine.
Oh, should we take that one?
No, not today.
That one or that one or that one or that
So the reality is if we buy a cake today, Mommy will eat it all today. And today's not my birthday. So we have to wait until my birthday. But look, I like that unicorn cake. That's cute.
Alright.
Ooh, they've got chocolate cakes. Every time I see this cake, this is, if you guys can see it, it's a rose cake. Every time I see that cake, I think of my 30th birthday. Oh my goodness, they sure do. Is it possible that you can put it up nicely and gently? There you go.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think that next month I'll be turning 32. And I think back to, I think I was like 26 or 27 when I started the vlogs. Time is going so quickly, not even in the kids' lives, but in my own as well. It's just, I turned 30 basically right when we moved here, and hold on bud, we have to look. And it's just so crazy to think that now here we are and all the things that have happened. I'm a proper 30-year-old, I'm 32. I'm very, very, very thankful. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that's like, wow, I really am getting older, but then the second thought that I have is, I'm just really thankful that I'm alive and I get to see my kids, and I mean, it is a little weird realizing that you're getting older, but it's also, it's better than the alternative. So I always try to make that my second thought. I wanted to just talk a little bit about Linnea's appointment today. It went really well. They're quite pleased with her development. The only thing is, if you remember last year, I talked about her feet going in. She has arches in her feet, but she's going in, which usually that's a sign of like flat-footedness, but she's not flat-footed. So they want me to go and do another physical therapy assessment and have a physical therapist look at it. We went last year for the physical therapist, and basically the consensus was she's just now learning how to walk. It's still very early to determine if something needs to be done, so come back a year later, and now it's essentially that time, and just to get that reevaluated and assessed, which I agree with. So that's good. What else? What else? She's healthy. She's speaking a lot. Oh yeah, the other thing is I also need to take her to do a speech assessment because she does stutter. It's not uncommon for kids at this age to stutter, especially with Linnea, who is trying to think about 2 languages at once, and she uses both languages interchangeably a lot. We do have a bit of a family history. There is somebody in our family that had a stutter as a child and needed speech therapy for it. So it's kind of like, it's probably okay. She'll probably grow out of it in the next year or so, but it's better to just get her evaluated and be safe, and if it is something a little more severe, go ahead and start getting her some treatment for that. So all in all, I'm really pleased. This is gonna get so many negative comments, but in general, I find it very frustrating to deal with, especially with the kids. I mean, my own issues are one thing, but especially with the kids, I find it really hard. So today, the nurse, they call them health nurse, health visitor. Health visitor? I think it's the health visitor. Don't know. There are a lot of words. This is my point. So they said, well, have you seen a health visitor before? And I said, well, I've seen somebody, because somebody came to our house last year, and then we had to go to another community center for a development check for Linnea last year. But apparently that was the baby nurse, and then we had a home visitor, and they all do different things than the health visitor that we saw today. The system is overcomplicated when it doesn't need to be. Like, what I appreciated in Germany was that you would go to the pediatrician, and you would go to the pediatrician in the US, and you would just get everything done by the pediatrician. Linnea's never been weighed or measured except for today. And you think about it, she's lived here 2 years now. She's never been weighed or measured. Even when we've been to these various centers and things, today was the first time she's ever been weighed and measured. And I think when you've got so many people doing all these different things, I think it's complicated, for one, because you have to share all this information, but it's complicated too because things can get missed. And that was what was apparent today, that they said, well, didn't you do this, or didn't they tell you to do this? No, they didn't. Well, did you do this? Yes, I did. But at that appointment, they didn't say what you're saying now to do, and just that kind of stuff. And so a lot of stuff slips through the cracks, and that's what happens when you've got a lot of people without real communication. So that's basically it. We're home now. Probably gonna start cleaning. I need to do some cleaning today. Okay, we just finished dinner, and now we're having blueberries. I think Papa won. These are really good things we're teaching the kids, but sometimes you just have to have fun. Oh, come on, Leah! All right, Calm. It just fell out of his mouth. Loose! Go! Oh! Wow! You got 2!
Und los. Ab, schnell, schnell.